I just don't understand why the media and the press have to lie about snakes and, try to scare people to death that are already afraid of them. It makes no sense. Now, Jade, my coastal carpet, she's 2 years old. She's been out with me for 3 hours now. And this is all she's done. Get out of her tote, get back in her tote, get on my lap, get back in her tote. I mean, I don't know where people get their ideas about snakes, because they're really just very curious animals. They just hang around. My ball pythons will sit with me for hours on end, coiled up on the top of my knee with my legs crossed while I watch television. Once in a while they'll move their head a little bit, rearrange their bodies, but they stay right there on the top of my knee for hours on end watching television. My snakes love watching my computer monitor. If I'm watching videos or something, they're attracted to the music and the sound, and they're also attracted to the visual part of the videos. I don't know why people just assume snakes are these big, dumb, ignorant, evil, wretched, smelly animals, because they're far from it. They make a lot better pets than many dogs do. But I just don't get it. I know the animal rights organizations are pushing to try to keep us from having animals in captivity, in a captive environment. They believe they all belong back out in the wild. Really, take a look at the wild. Look at the water, how contaminated it is and polluted. Look at the land, how it's been stripped, it's been burned. Look at the people out that go out into the wild and kill animals and poach them for skin and for horns, and like the rhinos and everything, for skin, for marketing purposes. And, the snakes and many of the other animals are going to become extinct because man has destroyed their natural habitats. The rainforests have been just totally destroyed, many of them. And the animals are running out of a place to live where it's safe for them to. In captivity, they don't have to be concerned with predators trying to kill them. They don't have to be concerned with other people trying to kill them. I've seen so many people that kill them just because they don't like them and because they think it's cool. And it doesn't make you cool. It makes you ignorant to kill an animal just because it exists without a reason. And there's just so many things that are wrong with the world today. I don't understand it. Instead of judging animals, why not learn about them? Now, I've spent almost 6 years on YouTube trying to show people that animals aren't what the press and the media say they are. Animal rights activists love scaring the hell out of people and traumatizing them. And like the recent article and news about the ball python that was found in a dumpster, and they said it was a boa constrictor. And we have an animal control guy there that even agreed it was a boa constrictor. If you don't know what the animal is, stop lying about it. Stop putting it out to the public. And that's kind of a scary thought, that a guy from animal control doesn't know the difference in species of snakes. How did you get your job? Why are you doing what you're doing if you don't know one snake from another? And then to put it out to the public and scare the crap out of them, that's another whole ballgame. But it's sad, because the animal rights activists are behind all this bullshit. And there's no reason for it. They want the animals back out in the wild for their own personal agendas, because they think that's where they belong. Really? That's where they belong? Well, then stop destroying the environment so they have a chance to repopulate and live in the wild. You meet us halfway, I'm sure we could work something out. But otherwise, we're not giving up our animals to anyone. Especially people that don't have a legitimate reason for them not being in captivity, other than the fact that they think it's not what it should be, which is wrong. I've raised snakes for 50 years. They're healthy, they're loved, they're cared for, they're cherished, they have great homes, they're well fed, they get along with everybody that comes in my house. I'm stumped. How do you educate people that are really that ignorant? How do you stop these assholes from publishing all this bullshit about snakes when everybody that has them and has raised them knows the truth about them? It's just, I'd be ashamed to even make any more posts or put anything else out to the public if I was going to continue to make a fool out of myself like HSUS has. Because there are thousands upon thousands of us that have raised these animals and know the difference. You know, if you want to keep making yourself look like an idiot, go for it. Because that's all you're going to accomplish. People aren't going to stop loving these animals just because you try to ban them. This is all going to backfire in their faces eventually. Because people are just not going to give up their animals. I'm sorry I had to vent. It's a Sunday morning. I just finished rearranging Jade's enclosure. But yeah, I just can't believe the ignorance. You know, if you don't know something about snakes, don't assume you know. Ask someone. Ask them about a situation. Ask them about something you see that you're curious about. Don't assume you have all the answers, because you don't. Many people have raised snakes for lots and lots of years, and you can't, someone that's never had them, never worked with them, never raised them, you can't hop on someone's videos and make posts that animal's gonna wrap around you and kill you. Obviously you don't know shit about snakes, if that's the way you feel about it, because snakes do not do that. They only strike out of defense and for food. Or unless they're harassed, which happens a lot in the wild, because of the morons that think it's cool to go throw sticks at them and throw rocks at them and mess around with them. You know, if you get bit, power to you, because you deserve it. But there's no reason to treat animals like that, especially snakes. I mean, come on, guys. These guys have no arms and legs. How can you be afraid of something that has no arms and legs, and you have two of each? Think about it, how stupid you look, really. You know, I don't disrespect people with fears. I understand those fears. And that's another reason I try to show people that these animals aren't what everybody says they are. Don't get me wrong, if you're careless and reckless with a big snake, you can get hurt, and you can get hurt really bad. But, you know, if you're a responsible keeper, your enclosures are set up so they can't get out, they're well fed, they're happy in their enclosures. A lot of my snakes don't even want to come out sometimes because they're so content where they are. So stop being so judgmental. Ask people that have them and have worked with them if you have any questions. Don't assume that you know everything about them just from what you read, because that's not the way it is.